Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again today. This is the Paisley and Posies DSP, which is sadly retiring at the end of this month, and I realised that I love this paper so much that now it's retiring and I haven't even used it. I just like stroking my paper. So I decided to take the plunge and actually get it used. I've ordered another one because this is reduced on the retiring list, so it's an absolute bargain. Look at that, how gorgeous is that? I really don't want to cut it up, but I've decided that actually I have to, because it's ridiculous, isn't it, to have all this beautiful paper and then do nothing with it. And so what I decided to do was to do a one sheet wonder to get maximum amount of cards out of this beautiful paper. So this is how I've cut my paper up. I will put this on my blog, but if you've seen previous videos that you know I've marked my Stampin' Trimmer to sort of the mat sizes of cards. So I've cut 3 basic strips down. These are the width of the double mat, and then I've cut some diagonal and some squares. And when I did this with a retired sheet at the weekend, I got about 18 cards out of it. So I am going to show you how I cut it up, and I shall be showing you with a piece of the new Eastern Palace paper, because I'm forcing myself to cut this up now so that I don't find myself in 12 months time with a full pack of this never cut into, because that is daft, isn't it? So I'm going to use this lovely sheet. There is this on the opposite side, and in some of my cards I have reversed the size. Okay, so this has got fresh fig in it and the lovely tranquil tide there. So and I've already cut this one, so I'm going to put some cards together with both the papers to show you. But the first thing I shall do is to basically show you simply and quickly how I cut my card. Okay, card, paper even. Okay, so on my trimmer, to make life easy for me, I have got little knot marks there to show me where I'm at. So I just cut down quite easily first by going to the mat 5 and 5/8, 1, 2, 3, yeah, to the what would be a 3 and 5/8, what would be a mat size for portrait style card. That was horizontal landscape. Okay, I had to pause then because I was like slightly scared. Okay, so 1 there, 3 and 5/8 again, to another one, and then lastly I cut at 3 inches. So that leaves you a strip there of 1 3/4, and what I did do initially is cut them into 1 3/4 squares all the way down, but I'm actually going to leave that for now because I think I might do something slightly different with that. Okay, so on this 3-inch piece I cut at 5 and 13/16, which is the width of half a sheet of A4. So I cut 2 like that. Leaves you with a tiny little strip which you may or may not end up using, and then I just cut these diagonally in half. So by putting that on my trimmer like that, got 2 nice little diagonals. Did the same with this one. and this is going to make 1 card each. And then on this one I cut to 5 3/8, which is the sort of double mat size. So I cut one like that, and I cut that diagonally in half, and I'm going to use each of these diagonals separately, so that's 2 cards. And then on this one I cut to 2 13/16, which is 8, 10, 12, 2 13/16. So I cut 2 of those. There we go. And then that strip I did use. And then this one is simply a load of 3 inches. So you get 4 out of that. There we go. How painless was that? Hey, it's done. It's cut. I've now got to use them. So there's all my bits out of the brand new paper that's coming in on June the 1st, and then these are the ones that I've done out of the Paisleys and Posies. The only other thing that I did was I got some cardstock. So for those rectangles that I cut, I chose, for this paper I chose navy, what's it called? Oh, do you know, Mind Block then, Night of Navy, of course, one of my absolute favourite colours. And for this one, I haven't decided yet. I shall show you as I make it. Okay, so I'm going to stop for now and then come back when I've created some. Okay, so as you can see, I have prepped just 3 different cards using the Eastern Palace suite. And for these rectangular ones, for this one, I felt that it all got a bit lost, so I needed to mat it on a bit of, that's the wrong size, on a bit of very vanilla cardstock, and I just matted it with a really teensy weensy border, because I didn't need a really big one, and then matted it on the green so that it doesn't actually get lost. And you might notice that as you won't see any of these bits, then I've cut out of the mats the decorations for the top, so as not to waste cardstock, because I am a bit frugal like that. And for the embellishments, I've used the Eastern Palace medallion set, and also the stitched framelits, and I've used the stamp set that goes with the Eastern Palace set, which name escapes me at the moment. Eastern Beauty. There we go. So I also used the little stamps and dies to embellish like this, which I thought was quite lovely. Okay, so these are the 2 3-inch wide triangles, 3 inches at each side, which I just cut inside in half, and this was like the card mat one. So I'm going to make 2 like that, just to make life easier and you don't have to sort of think about it. I'll make 2 like that, and I'll make 2 like that, because I cut enough for that. So I just show you how very quickly they go together. So I'm just using an upside down snail again. What am I like? So because it's paper onto cardstock, then snail is good enough. I'm using here the extra thick very vanilla cardstock, which is available before the 1st of June if you buy the Eastern Palace Premier Bundle, which I think's £96, can't remember. I think it's about that, which might sound a lot, but you get a lot for your money. You get the paper, you get the medallion die set, you get the stamp set, you get the tassels, you get cardstock in Fresh Fig, Tranquil Tide, Dapper Denim. You get the ink pads in 3 of the new Incolor ink pads. That's not quite right. You get Fresh Fig, Tranquil Tide, and you get Lemon and Lime Twist. Plus you get the gold stickers and the tassels. So, and you get free the cardstock and some very vanilla envelopes as well. So it is an absolute bargain because of the freebies that you get. Plus, if you get it, it's only available for order in this pre-order period before June the 1st. And remember that if you shop with me in May, I will throw in some extra freebie goodies. Don't forget to use the hostess code, and then you'll get the usual stamping rewards that come with that. So I'm going to pop this up on Dimensionals. I thought I had a packet just sort of lying around on my desk, and of course I didn't, so I've just had to rummage around and open a new pack. Okay, so yes, it's a good time to buy. You get 3 lots of free products, because you get the freebies that come with the suite, plus you get the freebies that I will send you, and I will send anybody that shops with me this month, and indeed who's shopped with me before. I will be sending out a free catalogue in the next couple of weeks, so that you can see all the new goodies. But there are lots of lovely things that you can still buy that won't be around any longer, so it's well worth checking out the retirement list. There is my ultimate favourite, the stylish stems, and that is reduced in an absolute bargain and just so beautiful. If you saw my little tea light lanterns, they are lovely, and I've made other cards and projects that I've uploaded that show off that set really well. So it is well worth thinking about placing an order now, because come June the 1st you won't have them anymore. They will be gone. And there's also some wonderful bargains on the clearance rack. I've been madly going in buying lots and lots of ribbons and papers because they're just such a decent price. And I also make to sell cards, so I will be using those to make some beautiful creations for the other part of my business. Okay, so these are slightly fiddly, and you might sat there and thought, oh my god, seriously, did she stamp all those tiny little diamonds and then cut them all out? But actually it didn't take very long, because to cut out such a small thing, you only have to go partially through your die cutter, so it actually isn't that bad. And this would have been quicker with Tombow, wouldn't it? So there's that one. Really effective. And then those will just get stuck together. I won't bore you by showing you how to stick them together, but that is the general look of it. You can change your sentiment. I thought that one could be quite masculine if you want. And then this one, what I did with this one was I wanted to marry or duplicate that shape there, so I've layered these two on top of each other and then stamped that lovely circle that matches there and the sentiment, so it it ties up. Okay, so I shall stick all those together so you can see them, and then I'll show you 3 different designs using the other shapes that I cut out in the other paper that I'm using. Okay, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I've now prepped the Paisleys and Posies paper, and I'm going to show you some of the things I did with them which are a little bit different. So using again this sort of rectangular shape here, I'm going to do something a little different. As you can see, I have, as I did with the others, cut those out, and I've got the rich raspberry ribbon that comes in a set of 3 to match the DSP, which is also on the clearance rack. Might be on the retiring list, I can't remember which, but it's an absolute bargain. So I'm going to secure the ribbon with some glue dots. I'm going to put one on each end, securing around the back, and then I'm going to put one on the back of the ribbon. I might put a couple on the back of the ribbon, in fact, to secure that in place. Oh, am I completely off camera? I think I probably was. I do apologise. I was concentrating. I must stop concentrating because I go quiet and I go off camera. But then if I don't concentrate, I go wrong, but I go wrong anyway. So it really doesn't matter, does it? So I am going to stick the ribbon. Did you notice how I didn't tie this ribbon on camera? Can you imagine me trying to do that? I might do it one day. I want to learn how to do them really, really well. There are knacks to it, and I have watched different tutorials, but I get too many things wrong. I ain't going to do that. Oh, and look, I put the glue dot there. Can I move it? Not really. I'll put another one on. Stick it around the back. Why did I whisper? There we go. There. That's stuck that round the back. Okay. So I might move that up a little bit. What I really ought to have done was shove that along a bit. Oh, I just can't get the staff. There we go. See, I fluffed this bit up. So can you imagine if I tried to tie a bow as well? Disaster, darling. Disaster. Right. Pulling this off. I am totally making a hash of this. And then I've ripped a bit of me cardstock. Do you think I should just start again? Quite probably. Ta-da! I'm back. I did it. I don't know what went wrong. Well, who knows with me really. Right, so I'm just going to stick this on there. And you can see once you've cut up your bits, cut up your backing, matting. These cards really do go together really, really quickly. And I know some people I know go, God, that would just take me hours, or days. But actually, once you've kind of worked it out, it doesn't take long at all. And with a snail, it's even quicker. So I'll stick that one towards the bottom, giving a nice little margin, and then I am going to some smell, but I am going to actually, just to be on the safe side, because it's got ribbon on it, so it makes it a little bit heavier, I am going to put some Tombow. I'm going to get my new one. Going to get my new one because you don't want to see me trying to get it out of that one. I will be using that other one a bit more, but it's going to be stubborn. There we go. And I'm putting the bow to this side. So I'll just, the little sliver is cut to the same width as the mat. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap. And then I'm just going to stamp a sentiment on top, and I'm going to use my favourite Happy Birthday stamp from the Basic Butterfly set, and I'm going to do it in, should I do it in Rich Raspberry or should I do it in Night of Navy? I think I might go for the Night of Navy. I've done a few of these now and I'm like, changed my mind of which colours I want to use. Right, let's get my little stamp paddy in. Got a different stamp thing. This is an old mouse mat which I just covered in some paper. Oh, don't like the look of that. That's because I was looking around while stamping. There we go. So I'm gonna have a little look-see down there. I want to get it pretty centered and stamp. And up. There we go. So, oh yeah, I like that in Night of Navy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, so next I am going to do one with the little squares. I'm just going to clean that Night of Navy off there because it is. This is my favourite tool, my Stamp and Scrub. Oh my god, how amazing is the Stamp and Scrub. I thoroughly recommend that. So I'm going to do one now with the little squares. Now this paper has got lots of different colours in it. It's got Mick Macaron, which will be no more in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure if you can actually buy any of the cardstock. They might have sold out, but you might already have it. So what I've done is I've cut this out of the Stitched Framelits dies, which I use all the time. I absolutely use all the time. You get squares, you get circles, you get ovals. Now this one is the second smallest, and for the sentiment I've used the smallest one, but they really are my most used die set. Okay, so, and then I've cut these squares are, I've forgotten, they are 1.5, so that is 1.5 inch square, which is slightly smaller than what I did the strip, so I say you can sort of alter that. So I'm just going to stick these squares in the middle of the stitch square, and you just see the stitches around the edges. Can you see? You can just see the stitching around the edges of the squares. Oh, that bit of post-it note that I used, because I've actually got a 1.25 inch square punch, which is what I used to cut them out. But you can use your trimmer, and I was going to use my trimmer, but then I remembered I had this punch over on the other side of my craft room where there's no Stampin' Up stuff. Well, it's where it's all the other stuff. There we go. So I'm going to stick these down the side of my card. Did I tell you this is the extra thick Whisper White, Very Vanilla, which you get free if you buy the Premier bundle of the pre-order of the Eastern Palace suite, which is a bargain. It's a bargain. If you're thinking, oh, I'm going to wait for the new catalogue and get it, the bundle's not available in the new catalogue, so you miss out on your little freebies. So it is worth getting. I was going to look up the price of it, wasn't I? How much it costs, because I think I quoted the wrong price. So I think I've left a little bit too much of a gap on there. Didn't put it very centre, do I? Never mind. Do for now. You can take a little bit more time when you're doing it. Now, I'm going to put this in here, and what I was trying to decide was whether or not I wanted a mint macaron, thank you, a night of navy, thank you, or a rich raspberry, thank you. I couldn't really decide. Can you see my dilemma? Which one to use? Because all the colours are there. I think I'm going to go for the mint macaron. Yeah, I think I will. Right. So, and this sentiment, this thank you, this little thank you is from the Eastern Palace stamp set, which fits beautifully in that little square. So, and I think I'm going to go slightly down with it. I'm going to make this a flat card. Not going to raise it up. And I'm going to stick that down there. Like so. So that, really simple. Right, and the next one I did, which again is with the stitched squares, framelets. So I've now gone for rich raspberry. So this is the biggest square, the next size down, and then the smallest, and then that's a little 1 inch square. I think it's a 1 inch square. Yep, cut out, that again fits beautifully in the middle there. So I'm just going to stick these all up. As you can see, there is a lovely little butterfly there. That sadly again is another product that's retiring. I think the punches have all actually sold out. If you're lucky enough to get them, to have one, they are probably one of my most used things, the little butterfly punch. Right, so I'm sticking this one at a diagonal. I'm just eyeballing where the sort of centre is of that and sticking it down, layering it all up. You could also raise this on dimensionals, but I'm not going to. And I'm just going for the square of that, and then I'm just going to stick that one down. I have done this as well. This looks lovely with a 3x3 little card, which I also have done. That one looks like it needs to go that side. So let's get that straight on my grid mat, then I might actually get it fairly straight. There we go. And then I was going to stick the little butterfly. I did cut a vellum one as well, which I'm frantically looking around going, I know I decided not to use it, but I thought I might actually still be able to see it, but I can't. So we're going to take a bone folder, because we need to give this butterfly a little bit of life. So let's curl it round like that, and then curl the wings over so it looks like it's flying away somewhere lovely. There we go. And I'm going to stick that down with a bit of Tombow, just down the middle there. Put that down there, hold it down with my little bone folder, and then for my middle I'm just going to take some of our pearls and I'm just going to snip 3. You see I've done that before. 1, 2, 3. And then I shall pull them off, and they all stuck together. Got a little bit of extra on there, I'll take it off after. So that goes down there, and that is another very nice effective card. And then just to give that little rectangle a different sort of look, I've matted it now using the rich razzleberry, so kind of used them all. And then this one, really quick, I've pre-stamped my favourite happy birthday, which I'm going to mat onto a bigger bit. I actually cut that bit, out of this bit. My phone's just told me that the battery's low. I'm not sure if that message appeared on the video. If it did, oh well. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick this to the card. On the side. I really like that one for this big pole pattern. I just love the colours. I just love them, and it's retiring, but I've ordered some more. And then stick these two together, and I might use some dimensions on this one. You see, no sponging today. I decided I'm just going for clean lines. So, and then I think I'm going to get a couple of dimensionals to stick this one up. I don't know why I count. 1, 2, 3. Just so I counted it. Devil maths me. Yeah, I didn't pass it, but you know. There we go. Why do these ones give me jip? And then what I've done is just gone down a bit, stuck it down, and that's that one. And that's it. So lots of different ideas. There are many more, and I will take photographs of all the ones that I've done and put them on a blog post. So that's using the soon to be retired Paisleys, and this is using the new Eastern Palace, which is available now on a pre-order. Okay, thanks for joining me. Everything will be on my blog. I'll take photos of everything else that I do, and as you can see, really quick and simple. Okay, bye.